A very good day to all my students. Welcome back to Social Science class. We shall continue the lesson Mauryas and Kushans. In last class, we learnt about first ever empire of India, Mauryan Empire. Reference sources of Mauryan Empire in the form of literary sources, inscriptions of Ashoka. Great emperors Chandragupta Maurya and Bindusara. In today's class, we shall learn about Emperor Ashoka. Before that, I want you to check your home assignment. Now I'm giving you the answers. Check your answers, whichever you have written in your homework. If you have written wrong, rewrite the answer once again. First question. When did the rule of Mauryan Empire begin? The rule of Mauryan Empire began in 322 BCE. Second question. Who wrote Mudra Rakshasa? Answer. Vishakadatta wrote Mudra Rakshasa in 6th century BCE. Third question. Who was the founder of Mauryan dynasty? Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of Mauryan dynasty. Fourth question. List out the literary sources of Mauryan period. The answer is, the literary sources of Mauryan period are Megasthenes' Indika, Kautilya's Arthashastra, Vishakadatta's Mudra Rakshas, religious literatures like Deepavamsa and Mahavamsa. Fifth one. Who was the guru of Chandragupta Maurya? The answer, Chanakya was the guru of Chandragupta Maurya. Sixth one. Whom did the Mauryan emperor defeat in 305 BCE? Answer. The Mauryan emperor Chandragupta Maurya defeated Seleucus Nicator in 305 BCE. Seventh one. Who was the ambassador of Seleucus Nicator in the court of Chandragupta Maurya? Megasthenes was the ambassador of Seleucus Nicator in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Hope you would have checked all your answers. Now let's move on to. In today's class, let's learn about Emperor Ashoka, Kalinga War, Buddhism and Ashoka, Ashoka's inscription. Emperor Ashoka. Ashoka was Chandragupta's grandson and a ferocious warrior. Upon the death of his father, Ashoka is believed to have massacred his brothers and sisters to seize control of the Mauryan Empire. Ashoka was the greatest emperor of ancient India. He ruled the Mauryan Empire from about 273 BCE until his death. Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, who was the founder of Mauryan dynasty. His father Bindusara ruled northern India for 28 years. Ashoka was the governor of Ujjain and Takshashila during his father's rule. He suppressed an uprising in Takshashila. When there was a confusion and a revolt, Ashoka has suppressed that revolt in Takshashila. After the death of his father Bindusara, it is said that Ashoka had to kill all his 99 brothers to assume the throne as per Buddhist traditions. So we got to know, according to Buddhist tradition, Ashoka had to kill all his 99 brothers so as to assume the throne. There was an internal war among the brothers for about 4 years. It is assumed that he ascended the throne in the year 269 BCE. Ashoka was fierce military leader who expanded his kingdom in the Ganges-Jamuna valley. He continued his victorious campaign in southern and eastern India for 8 years. In 261 BCE, he conquered Kalinga, that is modern-day Odisha, a region on the east coast of India. In brief, the empire expansion covered almost the entire Indian subcontinent. In the north, its territory included Nepal, entire Afghanistan, some parts of Iran and Uzbekistan. To the west, entire Pakistan and Gujarat. To the south, only the three states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and some parts of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh were independent. To the east, Bengal, Orissa and Bangladesh. The northernmost territories were already under Magadha rule under Chandragupta Maurya, which were ceded to him by Seleucus Nicator. The Deccan lands were conquered by Bindusara. When Ashoka became emperor, he was already the overlord of a vast expanse of land. Ashoka further conquered Deccan and later conquered Kalinga, after which he renounced war. Now let's learn about the Kalinga War. Ashoka declared war on the Kalingas, who refused to accept the rule of Mauryan Empire in 261 BCE. According to 13th rock inscription, it gives the information about the battle. According to it, Ashoka declared war on Kalinga 8 years after assuming the throne. In this battle, 150,000 prisoners were taken part. Among them, 1 lakh people died. Many more became refugees. Though Kalinga was won by Ashoka, he was disturbed by the deaths and pain of the battle. The huge loss of human life and suffering witnessed on the battlefield made him turn away from the war. Because of that reason, there was a sudden change in his heart. After the battle, in a tour of a city, he could see nothing except burnt houses and scattered corpses. This sight made him sick, and he cried the famous monologue, "What have I done? If this is a victory, what's a defeat then? Is this a victory or a defeat? Is this justice or injustice? Is it gallantry or a rout? Is it a valor to kill innocent children and women? Do I do it widen the empire and for prosperity, or to destroy the other's kingdom and splendor? One has lost her husband, someone else a father, someone a child, someone an unborn infant. What's this debris of the corpses? Are these marks of victory or defeat? Are these vultures, crows, eagles, the messengers of death or evil?" So this was a monologue. He was crying in the battlefield. He was expressing himself about the sorrows while seeing the sorrows and the pain of others. After the Kalinga War, his wife Queen Devi, who was a Buddhist, left him after seeing the brutality of the Kalinga War. Ashoka realized the consequences of war and battles. On being inspired by Buddhism, he dedicated his remaining life to spread the message of peace. Now let's learn about Buddhism and Ashoka. Ashoka accepted Buddhism after the Kalinga battle. He made donations to chaityas and viharas. Chaityas were the place of worship in Buddhism, whereas viharas were dwelling place of monks where they used to reside. He prohibited the killing of animals and birds in his kingdom. Ashoka declared that all his citizens are his children. He declared that all should be loyal to their parents and respect their elders and gurus. He wanted people to show compassion to poor and slaves too. According to him, live and let live was the philosophy. He appointed officer named Dhamma Mahamatra or Dharma Mahamatra to preach the principles of Buddhism to the people. The word Dhamma is a Prakrit form of the Sanskrit word Dharma. According to Ashoka, Dhamma means the religious principles or code of conduct one should follow. The Dharma principles are non-violence, tolerance of all sects, obedience to parents, respect for Brahmins, teachers and priests, liberality towards friends, human treatment of servants. So these were the Dhamma principles which Ashoka was preaching to others. Ashoka installed inscriptions all across the kingdom to preach the messages of Buddhism. Preachers were sent to other countries as well. A person named Rakshita was sent to Banavasi, and Mahadeva was sent to Mahishamandala, which is a modern-day Mysuru. He also sent his son Rahula and daughter Sangamitra to Sri Lanka so as to spread the messages of Buddhism and to preach Buddhism. In 250 BCE, he organized the third Buddhist conference at Pataliputra. Now let's learn about Ashoka's inscriptions. Ashoka is called the father of inscriptions. Till today, his inscriptions are the first inscriptions to be read. In 1837 CE, a British officer, James Prinsep, deciphered Ashoka's inscriptions. In that, instead of his name, his titles Devanam Priya or Priyadarshi were used. Devanam Priya means the beloved of gods. And Priyadarshi means one who regards everyone amiably. Charles Bedden, a British engineer, read an inscription at Musky of Raichur in 1915 CE. In this inscription, Devanam Priya Priyadarshi Ashoka reference appears for the first time. Based on this, it was decided that Devanam Priya and Priyadarshi are the same. Later, in other inscriptions, the name Ashoka appears. Ashoka's inscriptions are found in Brahmagiri of Chitradurga district of Karnataka. The symbol depicted in the pillar of Sarnath is used as a national emblem of India. Ashoka's inscriptions are available at 45 places across Indian subcontinent and Afghanistan with their 181 versions. You can see in the map. In most of the parts of Mauryan Empire, the inscriptions are in Brahmi script or Prakrit script. Some of the inscriptions in the northwest are in Aramaic language or Kharoshti language. In Afghanistan, they are in Aramaic and Greek scripts. They are in Brahmi script. Ashoka is known in the history of the India as well as world mainly for two things. First one for the Battle of Kalinga and the second one for the spread of Buddhism in India across the world. He ruled from 273 BC to 232 BC. He made many conquests during his rule and reigned over most parts of the India and parts of South Asia and Persia. During his initial days, Ashoka was very much concentrating only in the war, and it was believed that he was brutal towards his half-brothers in order to get the throne. But after the Battle of Kalinga, he changed himself in the heart and soul, and he dedicated his whole life for the spread of peace. Children, in today's class we have learnt about Emperor Ashoka, Kalinga War, Buddhism and Ashoka, Ashoka's inscription. In next class we'll learn about economic, social and administration of Mauryan period and Kushans. Now let's move on to home assignment. To which all the places Ashoka was a governor? Ashoka was the governor in Ujjain and Takshashila. Answer is Ashoka was the governor of Ujjain and Takshashila. When did Ashoka ascend the throne? Answer: Ashoka ascended the throne in 269 BCE. Ashoka ascended the throne in 269 BCE. Who were called Dhamma Mahamatras? Third question is, who were called Dhamma Mahamatras? Answer is, Ashoka appointed officers to preach principles of Buddhism were called Dhamma Mahamatras? I repeat the answer. Ashoka appointed officers to preach the principles of Buddhism were called Dhamma Mahamatras. Why was Ashoka called as father of inscriptions? Because until today, Ashoka's inscriptions are the first inscriptions to be read. So, Ashoka was called as the father of inscriptions. Fifth question. In which inscription Devana Priya Priyadarshi Ashok is mentioned? The answer is the inscription discovered at Maski of Raichur in 1915 CE. Devana Priya Priyadarshi Ashok is mentioned. The answer is the inscription discovered at Maski of Raichur in 1915 CE. Devana Priya Priyadarshi Ashok is mentioned. Last question. Why was Ashoka seen to be disturbed after Kalinga War? Ashoka was seen to be disturbed after Kalinga War because there were more than 1 lakh people died and many more became refugees. He was completely disturbed by the death and pain of the battle. And he went into repentance on seeing the devastation created by the war. Children, now let's move on to workbook assignment. You have to write neatly in page number 39. Second main, answer the following question number 1. And in page number 41, third main, answer the following briefly question number 2 and 3. Refer the answer key and write neatly in your workbook assignment. Send your home assignment by Saturday morning 9 a.m. Before Saturday morning 9 a.m. And workbook assignment once completed, I'll let you know by the time you can send to my personal number. Thank you, children.